bringing crafting to you, and today we're going to make this lovely simple Christmas card. I've just put my bits in place. I'm now going to remove it so that we can start it. So first of all, I'm looking, that should be the front. So this is going to be inside. So first of all, I'm going to print my verse inside. I'm using a standard card base, which for us is it 5? Oh dear me. It's 8 1/4. What am I thinking? 8 1/4 by 5 7/8. That's it. So 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, and score at 4 1/8. But before we fold it, because I'm going to use a photopolymer stamp, I have put underneath my Stampin' Piercing mat. It just gives you that cushion. You don't need this when you're using a rubber stamp, but when you are using photopolymer stamps, they don't have that cushion. So if you just put that there, then that will just give you a better stamping experience. And just, there we go, and beautifully stamped. Okay, now I wanted to show you this set. It comes from which is in our clearance. Have I gone and put it away? I don't believe it. I've gone and put it away, haven't I? Just bear with me, because I've gone and put this one. Is it in this one? It was The Joy of Sharing. Yes, it is this one. It's The Joy of Sharing, and it was in our last winter's catalogue, but it is in clearance. Now, this kit is well worth having. It was £13 something in clearance. I don't know the price currently, because it's showing its old price of £33 currently. But if you look it up, it should have gone back down, hopefully, to its £13.20. But this was an excellent kit. It's one that I can use year in, year out, because it's got a beautiful verse here. Wishing you a season filled with special warmth of friendship, the precious joy of sharing, and the wonderful blessings of happiness. This lovely Merry Christmas is a nice small one that can be used on lots of cards. It's got to you and yours and season's greetings. Plus it's got this pine cone and this bit of foliage, and then your like cherries for your berries on your holly. But you get loads of these embellishments with it, plus you get this gold. So the idea is that this center bit comes out. Now I use that for a lot of things. So if you've seen any of my videos on this, you'll have seen that I used everything of this kit, and it went on and on and on. In fact, I don't know whether I've still got odd bits of it left. I made a whole DSP using these. It's just a fantastic set. I highly recommend it. It's a set that I will come back to year upon year upon year, I'm afraid, because the Merry Christmas is beautifully font. I love the verse on it. Right, now we're just going to fold and burnish. I forgot to bring my bone folder, so I'll just use my nail rather than you waiting. Now I've got a piece here that measures 6 inches down, and this was from the what's it called, the Feels Like Frost 6x6 paper that we had last year, which all these lovely scenes, and then on the back of it has got all this foil. So I've just picked one, and I'm just using up scraps really. So if you wanted to know the size in width, and it doesn't really matter as long as you can just, yes, it happens to be an exact measurement of 2 5/8. So it's 2 5/8. So you want approximately 2 5/8. I'm leaving it at the 6 inches going down, And I'm not going to stick it on currently yet, because what I'm going to do is all these foliage pieces I'm going to put on first. So don't know whether I'm going to have it. I think I started off, because I need the foliage to be in the middle. What I'm doing is actually going to put the foliage on first. So and then make sure that the paper goes in the center of that. So I'm not chopping the paper exact, because I'm going to cut that to my card when I finish. So these bits of foliage, the Wishes and Wonder sets that was again last year, it had lots of lovely dies, and it's shame you can't get hold of this now, but it's got some fabulous foliage dies that I've cut a load out. I love this deer. I use this deer every year, all the time, and the sleigh, and it's just a fabulous set. That's Snowflake that you might have seen in there doesn't belong to the set. I've just put it in with this set, but it's fantastic. I'd highly recommend that. And the other stamp set that I'm using is still current. It's Santa's Delivery, and I've done the Merry Christmas out of there. And then in the dies, it's got this lovely bow. Let me get the bow out for you. Not on that one. There, this lovely bow here. So that's the bow that I've used. And again, this will be a set that I will bring out every year. You've seen the advent train that I've made from this that has now gone to my grandson. I've made some smaller versions. I'll just show you that. I made just for him to push around on the floor, and it's just got 4 of the little designer treat box on it. So I've just made that one. Right, so getting back to the card that we are making. So I make sure that you've got your card the right way with your verse the right way. That is mega important, because I have been known to do them upside down like we all do. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on there, and I want my branches to go out. So this is really lovely, because what it has got, it's got one that goes that way and the other one that goes the opposite way. So it makes quite nice that we can do a nice kind of swirly pattern with this. So my glue's coming out a bit too much, so I'm just going to stick that down there, and I'm sticking it as close as I can to the top. I'm going to get rid of some of that glue. I've got too much there. My glue's running over the top, so I will be able to put this in the center. So now I'm going to not do that the same way as that one. I want it to go the opposite way. So that curved that way. I don't want that one that curves that way. I want the opposite one that curves the other way. So I'm going to just run down with the glue with this. I'm not bothered if they don't all get stuck down. It will give it something. Oh, that. And then I'm just checking where they go in, because I just have a nasty feeling I need to probably put the bottom one on. Just get those there. So I'm just now seeing, I think that will be fine. So I'm going to keep them fairly close to the edge. So say that goes the other way, and then I think I'm going to put in the bottom one first. So now I can control my glue hopefully a bit more. Now it's not going to come out so much. Okay, so the last one, I want it close to the edge, and then this one down. So putting these on there. So I'm hoping that you're all preparing for Christmas. I thought I'd done a load of Christmas cards and I thought I didn't need any more, and then when I come to write them all, I ran short and thought, oh, what's that? No. So there, there, yeah, that's it. Happy with those. And now I can just approximately put that there, and then I'm going to start at the bottom this time because the top, no, let's see which one we need. So that one, yeah. So I'm just going to put them in roughly in place, make sure I've got the right ones. Yeah, so I want this one at the bottom now, so I'm doing just put the top one on, and then I'm going to put the bottom. Now it doesn't matter if you don't get it identical to where the other one falls on the other side. Let's going to see roughly. Make sure that this is going to fit in the middle. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then we can now position these two roughly. That shouldn't go the same way. What have I done? That goes that way. So that should go. Have I done it wrong at the top? No, I haven't. That. There. Done it wrong there. So just going to put some dots of glue on there. Roughly. There, putting it. Just keep checking with your paper that you're not going to encroach on going on your paper. Yeah, that's fine. I can bring that out a little bit. So got that, and then we've stuck the bottom one down, so the last one. So when I get a few minutes, I like to prepare a load of embellishments, and then you can just keep these and you can go back to them. I will have had some of these since last year. There we go. So there. So that's now there, and then I'm going to do my DSP. So remember, was this 2 7/8? I think it was. Just have a look. No, it wasn't. It was 2 5/8, wasn't it? So I'm just going to roughly put this, making sure that it's straight. So try and get it straight. So I'm going to put that up there. So I want it straight and in between. So let's pull it over a bit. So it comes, that's okay. Happy with that. And then all I'm going to do is bring my card, put it open. What have I done with my scissors? There, they're hiding. And then I'm just going to trim this to my card. So just going to trim that top bit off, and then you know it's going to be level with that card there. And then do the same at the bottom. So there we go. So that's nice there. And then all I've got is the deer, the stag, should I say, and I've got a Merry Christmas here. Now this Merry Christmas, let's just measure the piece I've got. So the Merry Christmas is 2 1/4. So it was 2 1/4 by 7/8. So it's 2 1/4 by 7/8, and then just evenly print your Merry Christmas there. And with it being, is this photopolymer? Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Photopolymer stamp. So with your photopolymer stamp, you'll be able to see through to actually do it. Or you can just print your Merry Christmas and then cut it out. And then I like to make my cherry cobbler a little bit bigger. So this happens to be, that's 2 and... that would have been 2.5, so it's just pulling back 1 mark from 2.5. In other words, that's 7/16. But if you just remember pulling it back 1 little mark from the 2.5, and then again we've got the 1 and 1/6. Is it? Just let me check that again. Is that 1? Yeah, that's 1 and 1/16. So if you put it to 1 and 1/8, pull it back, you'll have got the measurement. And that just gives me a nice little border round. Now, I'm not going to stick it up on dimensionals because I want to cut the cost, because I've posted out so many cards. If you start adding dimensionals, you've got to actually... stick it in large letter, and of course the price goes up considerably. So I am trying to keep things flat. Now I'm just going to position my deer. I'm going to have my deer up there, so my Merry Christmas is going to be in the bottom half here. So I'm just looking at the sides of my DSP to get it in the middle and just make sure I've got it. So I'm just going to eyeball that. I'm happy with that, and then just going to stick my stag up. And I thought it was nice, this one, and these are, as I say, just scraps I've got left, so that's why it ended up being that measurement, because it just happens to be what I got left from another project. So I'm just going to stick my stag in gold. Now, I don't know whether you can see, but I've managed to get some glue on there. So I'm going to give you a tip of how to get rid of that. So, optical glasses wipes. These actually happen to be from Wilko's. And all I do is I still leave it fully like that and just go over till I get rid of the glue. Now it's probably better to let your glue dry before you do this, because I might be picking up more wet glue and spreading it, but this will fetch it off. So that's a tip for you, that if you get glue on your gold, and I'm picking up more glue, let me bend it over. I've done it. Might be still a little bit. So just open it out. I can feel I've got some on my fingers, which is not going to help now, is it? Now I'm putting fingerprints. But I don't know whether you can see that's fetched it mainly off. It's because I'm doing it while it's still wet, but if you leave it to dry and then just rub over with this, it will fetch that glue off. I think that will be fine now. I'm just going to do that. So there, we've got rid of those nasty glue streaks. Right, now I don't know whether you've seen, I'm going to put a bow on and say this is out of the Santa Express, and I thought this looks lovely with a bow on. So I get glitter paper and put the double-sided sticky on the back of it, and then pierce them out with I've got a 1/8 of an inch punch. I've got a normal punch that you punch when you are putting paper in binders. So I'm going to actually use my big one. So just going to take that off. So then I just punch them out, and that of course leaves the sticky back attached. And then you're just careful with your pokey tool. You can remove the backing and then pop your actual glitter paper on there, and then we'll stick some red ones if I've got, oh yes, I've got some red ones. So I'm going to stick some, so this is my 1/8 punch that I've got. So as I say, I just punch it all out of glitter. I do a lot ahead of time, and then I can stick them. So of course these are absolutely flat, so they're not going to be costing you any extra postage. So I'll just have a look for some more. So I usually do quite a lot, but because I've made a lot of cards, of course I'm getting down them. Got, oh, there's another red one. So that's another red one, and take that off, and let's stick that down there, and then one more red if I can find one. Yes, I've got one there. So it's better to do embellishments in threes, because I've done one gold one on the bow. I'm ignoring that one and put one there. Okay, so don't know whether you can see, you can't see the sparkling on camera, that's the annoying thing, but a nice simple card. Hope you like that. Flat to be able to post just in ordinary second class post, but hope you agree that's a pretty card to send for Christmas. Thank you very much for watching. Do appreciate that you've dropped by. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and press the notification bell, because I don't film at a certain time on a certain day. I just come on when I've got something to show you, or I'm working on something. So thank you very much. Do appreciate it. Stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.